This is Shi No Numa. We're on Xbox Series X doing a more casual play of the map, talking about the setup of it, and kind of just enjoying an adventure on the zombie level. Previously, I've done Kino der Toten, I've done Der Reese, and I thought, hey, you know what? We'll jump in on my favorite map, Shi No Numa. I love the atmosphere on this one. It may be quite an aged level at this point in terms of what it has on it. You know, lacking pack-a-punch, not having as really advanced mechanics as the later ones, but we do got Mule Kick randomly thrown in here. But yeah, it's still a map to me that is just really, really quite cool. We got the hanging guy, came in on a parachute it looks like. I just really love the aesthetic and the creepiness that this level has. There's just something, again, about the atmosphere of it that I don't necessarily think the other zombie levels really quite have, and I really like what they were able to do with this one. I was only able to connect with one other player on this level. It was pretty hard to get a match going, and I had to go during the day, but, you know, at least we have one. So you can open, this is a door, but you don't normally open that because it's like a split part here, and you open down there, and you get into that spot. Again, doing the strategy where you shoot a couple times, and then you shank. But there's something about this one that like really just is so cool looking to me, like the lighting and everything. Are you really just like poaching my kills? There's two of us, man. I mean, have some respect. Unbelievable. You know what I'm talking about? It's just it's so cruel, and I know there's less players, but seriously. I guess we should technically take either side, but we're kind of just randomly going around. I'll let him take out those three zombies. I don't really care that much. That way he opens the door and I can get a gun right away. At least that's the hope. And there's the mystery box. But yeah, it's just like such a cool level, especially with how open it is too. I think a lot of the zombie maps later on kind of do like way more closed off segments. Whereas this one, you know, it's distinct areas, but yet you're really free in how you move through them, which are great for trains. Absolutely great for zombie trains. You know, everybody can take their own corner and do circles and stuff. I usually do, I believe it's the comm center is my spot, but, you know, all to their own on how they want to tackle this one. Comm center or the middle of this area here, because you can do circles in this spot too, as long as people don't mess it up in that. But yeah, I really just love this map. It's so cool. And I don't know if it's because, you know, I got into it because it was one of the earlier maps added to, like, well, not one of the earlier, it's the second last one added to World at War, but I think just because, like, the DLC released everything like that, and I actually got this one, because I skipped yeah. But I did get this map pack, from what I recall. Yeah, pretty sure. But I didn't get, the only map pack I didn't get was the second one, because I was always like, whatever. You know, DLC was still new then, and you didn't really need it, but you did have issues with matchmaking getting into stuff if you didn't, but... Yeah, I just thought this one would be fun. I was saying this guy would open the downstairs already. Kind of surprised he hasn't. I don't know if he's leaving that guy as a crawler, or did I make that crawler with the grenade? And then what's really neat, like I said, atmosphere, right? But like the fog around it. So I'm assuming there's not really anything outside of the map, but they hide that you're in the middle of this creepy forest beautifully well because of the fog details. You can see like little things out into the distance, but you know, you're very much stuck in like this swamp and there's no way to really escape, and it's just like an endless slog until you die. Yeah, why don't you open that with your $3,000, man? I guess I could. I don't know why he's being so cheap. Or why I am, but... usually it's just like a courtesy thing. We're all gonna die because of stubbornness. I guess I'll open it up. So you get down here, usually always do the stairs, and then you get the mystery box right off the bat. I think this was to teach the mystery box better. And I get an explosive crossbow, wow. Yeah, and then you go down here. This is usually where you survive against the dogs. You hide in this corner. Lots of different spots. They use this stupid crossbow.
Did you
And a nuke, that's a waste.
I will destroy you all now. I will watch your heads
Oh,
explode.
okay, so we got our Bettys here. Which are always helpful. We're not doing a dog round yet? Okay, and we got the comm room over here, which is really cool. And then over there you can play the song called The One on the radio. This is the storage room where people usually die. It's a bit of a death trap because it's all watery. And then over here we've got the doctor's quarters, which is kind of like a nice little hidden shed area at the back. And there's also this like terrible pulley system there that people never use because whenever they use it, they die. Cool blood hand. I always like the blood hand there. And then the fishing hut with the flogger trap that goes around and you can like crawl under it or something and all the zombies get killed by it. Kind of cool. And then you come up here and this is like the other half. This is what I was talking about with the weird trap thing, right? Weird spot. But yeah, like I was saying, this is the other half of where you spawn. Mystery box right there. This is a weird spot because I don't know, it's a really awkward location. I don't like going here. Usually you get killed because you got a guy following up or watching the stairs here. It's a bit of a death trap in my opinion because it feels so closed off. Anyways, we had to cut there. I'm in solo now because the other guy quit, so I had to start a new session, but we're going to continue on from where we were chatting about Shi No Numa. Look up to see the light. See, it's trying to teach the concept of the mystery box moving around a little bit better. At least that's what I imagine is the gist of what they were aiming for with that particular little note there, which I think is kind of nice.
Running low on gun juice.
RPK and the HK? That's twice today I've gotten that. It's a sick combo, but of course, you know, I like something like one heavy gun, one fast gun, so yeah. And a lot of zombies here. It's so much lonelier to be doing this by myself. It's a little disappointing. Kind of want the Bettys. And I can switch around here. Get those down quickly. So that I get a new set of Bettys. So I'm worried about the doggos coming. Zombies are probably going to break them anyways. See, yeah, this one's... It's also a lot harder, Shi No Numa. Just for the fact that, you know, you can't pack a punch. Makes those later rounds really, really tough to achieve. Because you constantly need to keep, like, swapping guns and that. It becomes a real pain, needless to say. And I think that's also fun is the challenge level in this one. So many zombies. It's going to be hard to do by myself. It's going to be very hard to do. I already feel extremely outnumbered and scared. But let's start moving around and showing off the different areas in case I end up dying at some point, so that we can at least have talked about the different segments that are present here. Okay, we can actually get a spin of the box, because it'll recover the points. No, okay, no shotgun, that's bad. I should just use the points here. I only needed 10, I thought I had measured it correctly. Let's see if we can get a board fix. But I think the dog... No, still no dogs? Oh, that's interesting. So we're going to go over here. We're going to show off the comm rooms. This is like my favorite sort of area to do circles on. You just kind of move. I move the other way, though. Like the opposite of the way I'm walking. I usually go around that way and do a circle around there. Get the lily pads and stuff. I love the eerie feeling of this place. And then the comm center inside where it's like this is also a very individualistic map, if that makes sense. Like, it's one where you're doing co-op, right? But the way everybody kind of splits off to do their own thing is kind of like the defining factor for this one. I'd also really like to see a reimagining of this map, because I think you could do a really big, creepy swamp, and it would work perfectly for, like, you know, what this game particularly is, the style of COD. What is the cost on this? Oh, $7.50, because I just want to show off the interior here. Don't really want to get trapped in it, though. So then we got our revive, which for solo players is like a big deal. But you don't really camp these rooms out. They're sort of death traps. Like I mentioned, when you come in here, you hold X on this, and it plays the music. I think maybe... Is this like a box? I don't know if it actually plays audio or not. I don't really want to attempt it right now. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you come over here, you hold X, and it plays like The One, which is a great song. I really love that. I've been waiting for the one. I don't know, these papers and stuff. It's just like, again, atmospherically, so cool. You got a trap that'll cover the front door. You've got a box here for the mystery box to come. It's really neat. And then I think the doggos are gonna be coming soon. Got to be a little careful of that. Especially since I want to show off another area. So we'll do the Flogger. So again, this thing comes down and like whips around. You can crawl under it. This one's hardcore because this is the main path, but sometimes the zombies block it, and you gotta like hop through the water, and it's so dangerous to do that because this is like a really tight area, and then you get like a little room here. And what's really neat about Shi No Numa is that every area you gotta kind of wait for the mystery thing. That's the mystery thing. The perk machine, the cola machine, to actually pop up because you never know what you're gonna get. It's always random. And usually you're hoping it's Jug if you're playing with others. Where's the zombie at? Did it like respawn or something? Where are you, zombie? Oh, my bad. Should be the dogs now, I'm guessing. And then it gets even foggier. The souls. Yep, doggos. I'm wondering if this is gonna kind of screw me over because I'm by myself hiding in a corner here.
Sorry, Smellhound. You gotta be put
But usually you hide there together and you can just shoot them all.
Is this all the devil's got to throw at us?
Just about being calm and carrying on. That's it? Yeah, it scales intensely when you're playing by yourself, I guess. Max ammo, get the Bettys out before the round ends so that we get another set of Bettys. Always the smartest strategy. But it's so cool because it's like there's stuff out there and you feel like you're in a swamp, but they close it off beautifully and there's probably not much out there because the fog covers it all. See what we get here. The MP40 on the wall there. Speed cola. And you got all this stuff and then the box there. This one I never really spent much time in. It's a cool area. It doesn't really seem like it'd be an optimal place for fishing to any degree, but you know, it's kind of neat. And then of course this room's like complete death trap. Like everything here is like death trap-ish to me. We're gonna get out of this spot because I don't want to get too caught up by the zombie. Really? Oh yeah, because I don't have Juggernaut. That's embarrassing. I guess that's also why we buy the quick revive or the self revive. It's because it's deadly. So we're gonna have to take another tour there so that I don't die. That was actually kind of an embarrassing down. So, you know what happens, right? Just part of the game. But yeah, hopping through the stuff, trying to hit the little land pockets, always dangerous, especially in those higher rounds. But sometimes you just like get a really good zombie train going here, and you're just kind of golden, right? At least that's how I rock it. That's how you get those higher rounds on this one. Because it kind of just like lines them up for you. Is the big thing of what zombie trains are about. Whoa, jeez, yep. Now we're gonna have to do the train. Could have used an insta-kill, but let's get to that next area.
You're going back to hell, maggot sacks.
You tell him. So this is storage. This has a cool Easter egg little spot. So you got two ways here: the deadly water, the slightly less deadly water, and then the other deadly water area. But if you look out to the side,
I wonder if that rock brought those freak bags.
Giant rock, where apparently the zombies come from. I don't know if they changed that lore-wise, but You know, that was a big thing about the zombies, was the big rock out there. We're like, oh, it solved a part of the mystery. What do we get? Double tap.
Double tap root beer.
They all have little jingles, too. And this one's just kind of a little room. You can actually hold out here decently well. There's a mystery box. Just in terms of, like, fighting off the zombies. It's not a bad area if you have a squad. If you're by yourself, though, it's kind of like, nope. That's a lot of the areas. This is the best path to take. This is the most optimal one, because it only is, like, one hop, and you can basically do dirt, like, the whole rest of the way, so you can actually run through it. But yeah, usually circles in here is really good. This is a weird room here. I feel like they wanted to do something else there, and it's just kind of like this empty, closed-off spot that you can die in. You see a lot of new players to the map. They all end up dying in that, like, those little cubby areas because they get lost or something. Good news, we only got one more location to show off.
It's a bloodbath, my favorite kind.
And then I can die peacefully. It's always like, are we going to be able to do enough so I can get the full recording in here? It's always a challenge, right?
It's a bloodbath, my favorite.
Okay, here we go. The doctor's quarters. Not my favorite area either, because it's a lot of marshy water, so you gotta do hopping. The end, this is the thing that comes down. I never see, like, I've seen one person do it like one time, use that thing, and it's just like a waste of money entirely. Okay, let's see if we can just finish these guys off.
No dice, freak sacks.
Let's open it up. The doctor's quarters. This is also a little dangerous spot. I guess you could... Nah, I wouldn't hold up here. Juggered? No. Great spot. Again, if you haven't noticed, all the areas have like a little electric barrier that you can shoot up to kind of defend yourself. They were definitely playing around with the concept of traps a little bit more on this one. Giving you like a little bit of a safe haven. It's kind of useless. There's going to be like, what, 2 zombies left? At least you get the points out of the nuke, right? Doctor's quarters. This one's always like super creepy looking because it's got like some of the doctor stuff going on here. It'd be creepy to be in a swamp and be the doctor by themselves in like a creepy little doctor room. Always be so weird. But yeah, that's kind of our tour of Shi No Numa, I guess. I don't think this is necessarily quite as long as the other ones, but you know, it's a cool map. It's my favorite zombies one. It's so cool atmospherically, style-wise. I know I've used that word a lot of times, but that's like the biggest thing that stands out to me. Is it's such a cool location. It's such a weird spot. It's such a unique place to be to fight zombies in, and it's got that harder style. It'd actually be really cool if they could throw Pack-a-Punch on this, and we could, you know, kind of have like a slightly easier time on it. I think that would really open up a lot of unique strategies for the game, is just having access to those more powerful weapons. Because a lot of this one is just like hardcore trying to survive and trying to make it further, when it really isn't like the easiest thing to accomplish, if that makes sense. It's something that will definitely provide a decent challenge for you and your friends if you go in here and you try to survive the swamp. But yeah, I like this map. It's quite a lot of fun. I think it's definitely worth trying if you've never played it before, is the main thing. Is I'm trying to like be like, hey, Shi No Numa, kind of cool if you've got it sitting there and you've been like, eh. Lol. But I hope you enjoyed this trip to Shi No Numa, and yeah, that's about all we have for this one, I guess.